In software architecture, some decisions are just huge. We're not talking about minor code tweaks here. We're talking about the kind of choices that can shape a company's entire future. And, yeah, cost millions if you get them wrong. So let's dive into one of the biggest decisions an architect can face. Okay, so put yourself in the hot seat. You're the senior architect. Everyone's looking at you, and your next decision is going to have a massive impact. The choice is this. Do you go multi-region and stick with one cloud provider, or do you go full multi-cloud and spread your entire system across different providers? Both are complicated, both are seriously expensive, and a wrong move could lead to epic downtime or a budget that just spirals out of control. So, what's your call? You see, this isn't just some tech puzzle. It's a real strategic dilemma. The best architects out there, they see way beyond the code. They get the fundamental forces that are actually shaping. And here's the secret that all senior architects eventually figure out. There's really no such thing as a perfect answer. Nope. Every single significant choice is a balancing act. It's a trade-off. Your goal isn't to find some magical, flawless solution. It's to make the smartest compromise based on what really, truly matters. So how in the world do you make a call like that with any confidence? Well, you need a mental model, a framework, really, that helps you cut through all the noise and see your options with crystal clarity. And today, that's exactly what we're going to build together. Our model is built on 4 core forces. These are the fundamental principles that govern pretty much every system design decision you'll ever make. And once you understand these, you'll have the key to solving the dilemma. First up, we've got latency. This is basically the speed of your system. It's that delay between asking for something and getting it back. You know, that annoying lag you get in an online game or when a website is just taking forever to load? Yeah, that's latency. And lower is almost always what you're aiming for. Next is availability. To put it simply, is your service actually online and working for your users? You'll hear people talk about nines, like 99.999% uptime. But what it really boils down to is this. Is your digital front door open for business, or is it slammed shut? Then there's the one we all get, cost. And listen, this is not just about your monthly cloud bill. It's the whole shebang, the total cost of ownership. We're talking engineer salaries, software licenses, maintenance, literally everything that it takes to keep the lights on. And finally, there's complexity. How many moving parts are in your system? And how hard is it for your team to understand it, run it, and fix it when it breaks? A great way to think about it is, how many plates are you trying to keep spinning at once? The more plates you add, the higher the chance that one of them is going to come crashing down. Okay, so here's where it really gets interesting. These 4 forces, latency, availability, cost, and complexity, they don't just exist on their own. They're in a constant state of push and pull, like a delicate balancing act. And this brings us to the number 1 fundamental rule of the architect's quadrant. You just can't have it all. It's like a zero-sum game. The second you push really hard to improve one of these forces, you can bet another one is going to push right back. Let's take an example. Say your top priority is maximum availability. You want your service to be absolutely bulletproof. Awesome. But to do that, you'll need to add redundant servers, complicated failover systems, maybe multiple data centers. And what happens instantly? Boom. Your cost shoots up and the complexity for your team goes through the roof. Or, how about this one? What if your main goal is lightning fast, minimal latency for users all over the world? Well, you're going to have to put servers everywhere, as close to your users as possible. That's amazing for speed, but running infrastructure on a bunch of different continents is, you guessed it, way more expensive. So the goal here isn't to try and get rid of these trade-offs. That's literally impossible. The real goal is to make them consciously. A great architect knows exactly what they're gaining with a decision, but more importantly, they know exactly what they're giving up. All right, we have our framework. We understand the 4 forces. So let's circle all the way back to that original high-stakes problem. The showdown is on. It's time to put this model to the test. Let's look at that choice, multi-region versus multi-cloud, and see how it stacks up against our 4 forces. So this table really lays it all out. Let's break it down. Look at multi-region on the left. You're sticking with one provider. That means your latency is generally lower and more predictable. Your costs and complexity more manageable. But here's the catch. Your availability is high, sure, but it's not invincible. A massive outage that takes down your whole provider could still knock you offline. Now look over at multi-cloud on the right. This is the ultimate insurance policy for availability. If one entire cloud provider goes down, you just fail over to the other.
But look at the price you pay for that insurance. Your costs are higher. Latency can get pretty messy when traffic has to go between clouds, and the operational complexity for your team, it's significantly higher.
Okay, so we've analyzed the heck out of this using our framework. We see the trade-offs clearly. Now it is time to make the final call.
After all of this analysis, after weighing all the forces, what is the right answer? Multi-region or multi-cloud?
And the answer is, it depends. It completely 100% depends on what the business values the most. You have to remember, the right technical decision is never just about the technology itself. It's about picking the one that best serves the primary goal of the business.
So let's make this real. If your service is a critical banking system where even 1 second of downtime is a complete catastrophe, you pay the price and choose multi-cloud for that ultimate availability. But if you're a young startup focused on moving fast and keeping costs low, the simplicity and efficiency of a multi-region setup makes way more sense. And if you're building a real-time gaming app where every millisecond of lag matters, that predictable low latency you get from a single provider's network might just be the thing that seals the deal.
And honestly, that is the most important thing to take away from all this. The real power isn't in memorizing an answer. It's in having this framework. It's a tool that lets you break down any tough architectural problem, clearly explain the trade-offs to anyone, and confidently justify your final decision, all the way up to the CEO.
So now you have it. You have the architect's quadrant, the model of the 4 core forces. The next time you're staring down a complex decision, you have the tools you need to balance everything out. The only question left is, what are you going to build?